A story from long ago.
What's wrong? Why are you crying?
In a park bathed in a gentle orange sunset, my 8-year-old self asked the crying girl with a smile.
Who are you? Go away! Tell me why you're crying.
Back then, I believed that my smile could make others happy. Fast forward 10 years, and I, Akito Yamada, am now a high school senior. After school, I spend my days working at the pub. It's tough, but I'm grateful for the kind manager and coworkers. I live with my dad, and recently his salary decreased. Our living situation is so tight that I need to work to help support us. Moreover, my dad has changed jobs multiple times, and I've had to move several times since I was a kid. Because of this, I've struggled to make close friends at school. I've gradually become someone who doesn't get deeply involved with others, and am a loner in my class. I once believed that my smile could make others happy, but it's been tough. That's why manga and anime are my companions. However, one day, everything changed.
Good morning, Akito.
Oh, good morning.
Why are you so jumpy? Are you nervous or something?
No, it's not like that. Lately, the girl who's hailed as the school's top beauty, my classmate Kotoha Kikuchi, has been talking to me more often. I'm not sure why, but she always approaches me when I'm alone.
Why are you grinning like that?
Oh, it's nothing.
You're so weird.
I don't mind when Kotoha talks to me, but I can't help but grin like an idiot. She always teases me with her laughter when she sees my face like that. That day, I was at my part-time job at the pub, thinking about Kotoha. Why has Kotoha suddenly started talking to me? If someone like her started talking to someone like me, anyone would be over the moon. After all, she's like a beautiful girl right out of a manga or anime. Even the smallest things make my expectations soar. I can't get her out of my mind. Just then, the door to the pub opened.
Good evening. Oh, it's Akito.
What? Kotoha? Why are you here? I never imagined Kotoha would come here as a customer. I was wondering if she was here with her family when the manager approached. I've been waiting for you. Right this way.
See you, Akito.
Kotoha, guided by the manager, went into a back room. It turned out she was here alone. Judging by how attentively the manager treated her, she seemed like a customer. But would a high school student really come to a pub alone? A few minutes later, the door to the back room opened again. I was momentarily speechless seeing Kotoha in the pub's uniform.
What do you think?
What? It looks good on you, but why are you wearing our uniform?
Well, because I'm starting work here from today.
What? It seems Kotoha is genuinely going to work here. The manager looked visibly delighted to have a beauty like her on staff. I mean, he would have known she's my classmate from her resume. Manager, you should have given me a heads up. The manager asked me to train Kotoha. I couldn't help but crack a smile.
I see. So this goes here, and that's how you do this.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome.
Kotoha is full of energy. Whether she's taking orders or serving, her smile never fades. More than her beauty, her amiable nature quickly wins the customers over. I think it's because she's attentive and good at tuning into people's wavelengths. When there was a lull in customers, I approached Kotoha. Why did you decide to take up a part-time job? Your family is well off, isn't it?
I just wanted to try it out of curiosity.
Even with college entrance exams coming up?
Well, I did well in the recent national mock exams. Plus, I thought it might be a nice change of pace.
Starting a job for such a reason. She's really on another level, both in intelligence and guts compared to me. That day, after our shift, Kotoha and I walked part of the way home together. Surprisingly, she was incredibly knowledgeable about manga and anime and eagerly discussed the contents of the ones I knew. Watching her talk so passionately made her, who had always seemed out of reach due to her beauty and brains, feel much more relatable. I felt a sense of fulfillment I had never felt before. One day, while I was taking a break in the break room, Kotoha happened to come in.
That yakitori looks delicious.
The manager said we could eat the ones that didn't turn out right. Want some?
I'll have some. It's so tasty.
She's so cute. Since we've started working together, I've had the chance to see many different sides of Kotoha. Slowly, I've grown closer to her and have found myself captivated by her. First, she started talking to me at school. Then, she started working at the same place as me. Could it be she likes me? I can't help but wonder. No way! Impossible!
What's impossible?
Nothing. I was just talking to myself.
Speaking of which, you're already handling the kitchen for the manager, right? That's impressive.
Nah, handling it is an overstatement. You know, it's good to be versatile, right? I've just started learning the ropes in the kitchen, really. It feels good to talk to Kotoha, but I don't want to get ahead of myself and mess things up. I don't want to ruin what we have now, so I kept my feelings in check. At school, Kotoha has become even more proactive in approaching me.
Hey, can I see your classical literature notes?
Sure, but why? My handwriting is messy and embarrassing.
I missed a bit of the board notes, so I wanted to check yours.
All right, but don't laugh at my handwriting.
I won't laugh.
Hey, don't tease me like that.
Also, I want you to help me with math.
What? Are you joking? There's nothing I can teach someone like you, who's always in the top 10 of our grade. It's not my strong suit, so ask someone else.
Boring!
What do you mean by boring?
Then let's go to work together today.
Hey, keep your voice down. Kotoha has become fearless about being seen with me. I think it's strange for a loner like me to be hanging out with the most beautiful girl in our grade. Even though I thought that, I genuinely enjoyed talking to Kotoha. Oh, now she's getting touchy.
Let's do our best at our shift today.
Yeah, of course. You always have such a cheerful demeanor. I felt comfortable enough with her at our workplace to easily compliment her. The casual touches became more frequent, and deep down, I was thrilled. But I had no idea whether her eagerness to engage with someone like me was calculated or just natural. Even though I deliberately never mentioned it, I started to feel uneasy about not knowing her intentions.
Well, I always believe that staying cheerful makes others happy.
That's the same thing my late mom always told me. She said your smile brings happiness to others. That's why I always try to... That's a wonderful sentiment. But I've always been curious. Why would someone popular like you want to hang out with a loner like me? I mean, I do feel happier, but... Did I say something wrong, Kotoha?
I feel like I've said too much. I should get back to work.
For a moment, Kotoha's face clearly seemed sad, but I couldn't understand why. At the end of the workday, as I was changing in the locker room, the manager approached me. Akito, did you and Kotoha have a disagreement? No, why would you think that? It's just that I saw her looking like she was about to cry when she left. I thought maybe the two of you had a fight. I wondered if it had to do with our conversation earlier. Maybe I said something without realizing and hurt her feelings. I decided I'd talk to her about it tomorrow. As I left the store after changing, I found Kotoha standing there looking serious. Whoa!
I don't want to waste my efforts. I need you to stay with me for a bit.
What does she mean by her efforts? I didn't understand what she meant, but I couldn't refuse. In the night-lit park, Kotoha began to speak.
When I was in elementary school, I was often teased by the other girls because I had good grades and was class representative. The teachers held me in high regard. I think I was probably envied, so I used to cry here in the park. But one day, I met a boy around my age here. He was an incredibly cheerful and endearing boy.
Sounds like the boy was similar to how you described yourself earlier.
That boy once told me that he believes a genuine smile can make people happy.
Seeing her cry brought back memories of a similar encounter from my past. I remember now! Those were the exact words I told a crying girl back when I was a kid. My late mom always told me the same thing. That's why I was so surprised when I heard you say it the first time. Are you? Could you be the girl from back then?
Yes, I am. Why did you forget? That moment has always been in my heart.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry for getting upset. You shouldn't apologize.
Huh?
It was something from elementary school. It's understandable that you don't remember. Even if that moment was significant to me, if you were always taught by your mother that your smile makes people happy, then to you, it's just an ordinary thing. It makes sense that you wouldn't find it memorable. I've always kept you in my heart. I recognized you immediately when we met in high school, but it took me 2 years to muster the courage to talk to you.
You were watching me all this time. It's an honor to hear that someone as popular as you noticed a loner like me.
Being a loner or popular doesn't matter. The person I liked just happened to be a loner, okay?
Wait, the person you liked? You mean you have feelings for me?
Yes, I do. That's why you're not a loner anymore. I've thought about you for so long. You won't reject me, right?
Of course not! It's more than a dream come true to be with someone like you. Thank you for remembering, and I'm sorry I forgot.
Finally, my feelings have been conveyed.
That's just like the Konoha from back then, right?
Stop it! Don't laugh at my crying face.
Yeah, I remember. You were always so feisty and tsundere back in the park.
Don't laugh!
Ouch! You really go from crying to hitting, don't you? Seeing the always perfect Konoha show her true self to me felt incredibly rewarding. The next morning.
Hey everyone, listen up. I have something to announce. Akito and I are dating.
What? Konoha, you've gotta be kidding me!
Akito confessed to me, everyone. What?
What? Konoha, wait a minute, that's not...
To begin with, Akito and I had a fateful meeting back in elementary school. After reuniting in high school, he finally mustered the courage to confess his long-held feelings for me. I was moved by his passionate confession and accepted it.
Konoha's story was the exact opposite of what really happened. I don't know why she spun it that way, but honestly, I never wanted to stand out like this. After that, I was surrounded by classmates and bombarded with questions. At this point, even if I denied Konoha's version of the story, they wouldn't believe me. Throughout the whole ordeal, Konoha was gleefully laughing. As a result, I suddenly became the center of attention and quickly became part of a class I'd never really fit into before. Every time Konoha saw me interacting with classmates, she looked genuinely happy. I had a feeling she intentionally created this situation. I was deeply moved by her kindness.